The hippies asked their community for wish lists for the parents and families needing help in December of 2023. Yep was one of the families we assisted. We created a room, and those who needed help were able to put their wish lists in, or their, whatever they needed, their cash apps, their Venmos. From 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 there, she started to tell a story about having ovarian cancer that had spread to a lung or something like that. That's the gist of what was told, right? So this was during the same time of us trying to help these families that needed the help for Christmas. And that she had to have the lung removed and was a single parent. So in the midst of all this, the Christmas and the helping, it was telling a story about having ovarian cancer that had spread to a lung. She had to have the lung or parts of the lung removed and was a single parent. The group came together to support her in small ways while she prepared for the surgery. There were a lot of people that were assisting, because there was childcare, there was medications, there was all this stuff that, food, Uber Eats type stuff. I think I Uber Eats her family some dinner. So even though the group came together to support her in whatever ways we could, she then started going out and reaching out privately to some of the people and began asking for help financially for different reasons. The different reasons, and then sometimes the same reason, and one receipt would be used for all of them, basically. She would ask multiple people for the same amount of money for the same reason, and even provided some fraudulent receipts for things. When the group started speaking to each other, that's when things started, coming together that she was doing this to all of them. All the money that was collected was cut off at that moment. Once they realized, okay, something's up here, it was cut off. And with no way to prove that the health issues existed or didn't exist, it was moved on from. Pretty much stop the financing her, move on until we have something that can solidify that this is a scam or she's, taking advantage of people. We got to keep it pushing. Just guard your wallets from here on out. All of that money was collected that we are aware of from January to March of 2024. The reason this is all coming up now is that there were more people that recently shared their experience of financial and emotional manipulation from Yep. And it was figured out that there was more people that it had actually happened to other than the core group that it originally happened to. So it happened to more people than we knew of back then, but then sometimes, currently still going. So, because you have to be so careful with situations like this. You don't want to accuse somebody of lying about their health, right? Or faking cancer or faking lung removal or a lobe of a lung, whatever, lungectomy, whatever. You don't want to accuse these people of scamming if they really are sick. So it was really hard to prove. And then later, a couple of pieces, came together. More people were talked to about it. And it was just found out like all the receipts needed were gathered. So then I was approached and I was, it was, can we have this conversation now? And I absolutely told them, do what you feel you need to do, because she was still in the Discord. The main thing people changed was donating to her. They wasn't giving her any more money. We know it was thousands of dollars. We don't know exactly how many thousands, but we do know it was thousands of dollars. Yeah, there were, Silent Angel, there were a lot of people that had questions, but we just couldn't prove anything. So it was known from that moment on, like, stop, giving money. Don't open up your wallet or your pocketbooks to her. Like, we can't just X her out, because what if she is not a victim? What if she is sick? What if everything she's saying is true and we're just being super paranoid? So we just had to wait it out and see what happened. And eventually things came together. Things made more sense. The people affected asked if they could have a conversation with her. I said, absolutely. I've got your back. Have that conversation. Let me know what you need. Make sure you have it respectfully, honestly, and with only the people it involved. And that's exactly what they did. They confronted the situation. It was admitted to that there were lies and that some things weren't true pertaining to having lungs removed and having cancer and all of that. The conversation pretty much ended with, trying to think of how to say this. It ended with her just removing herself from the Discord and from all platforms that we can tell.